we're back. I'm honestly starting out this episode by saying everyone who has been contemplating or not contemplating, you should hire the freaking Etsy witch, because I feel like most of them can't even be on Etsy anymore. But I was obsessed with finding a witch as soon as I heard about the Etsy witches. And I did do a lot of like social media research and pay for one, and I don't feel like it really did much, but I was not discouraged. I wasn't discouraged in my journey to find the perfect witch, because we spend a lot of time doing other less important things. So I persevered as any person would. Not any person. Some people are like, we would never fucking do that. Anyway, I persevered as I would to find the perfect one, and a random TikTok video came across my page about this girl like basically showing what her house looked like. It was basically like a house tour for a witch, and I was like, I'm in. I'm a millennial. I grew up with cribs. I was the one that was running home after school, grabbing a fucking Nature Valley granola bar and sitting down on the couch to watch someone take us through their insane house with a slide inside. And that was like something we couldn't even fathom. And somehow 5 million people like hanging around the house, like that was just the norm. Like that was just the after school, middle school daycare. But I am not one to hate on a house tour, no matter what the house is. And she was like, hey, these are my credentials as a witch. I'm going to show you. And I was like, I'm in. Honestly, you don't have to tell me anything else. And can I just tell you how much I have... Like, she's basically my therapist at this point. I've only talked with her twice, but she's like my witch version of a therapist. I had to get like on a wait list for this month because I honestly just kept forgetting to schedule, and now my dumbass is waiting in like waitlist jail. But my life has so significantly improved. Like, you don't need a therapist, you need a witch. And that's going to be very controversial for some people who listen. If honestly, sometimes I'm like, are there people listening outside? You guys, yes, your mom and your sister. Okay, but I know those bitches are loyal and they stay on it because I see the comments, I see the whatever, and I respect a true loyal listener, whether they share blood with me or not. However, I do have exciting news to share that, well, one, Riley and I, my little sister, are still coordinating on when we're going to do our podcast episode, because obviously she is like a tried true loyal fan, shares my blood, so she's obviously awesome, and she will be on the pod soon enough. But also, she's booked busy, I'm booked and busy, we're in 2 different states, it's hard to coordinate. But I am excited to share that I will have 2 non-family members on the pod here very soon. We are coordinating schedules, but 2 of my Solidcore girls have agreed graciously to grace us with their presence. And so that will be coordinated over the next couple weeks, because those bitches are booked and busy too. They have lives too. But the cocktails will be flowing, the tea will be shared, and we will have us a grand old time. I need to order more pink mics because we simply cannot just do this not in style. But yes, okay, so the last podcast Mama G was on, that was last Thursday. Yes. I'm trying to think what has happened since then. Honestly, it's like kind of annoying because actually so much has happened since then, but most of it, like, if I could actually divulge the information that I'm not allowed to share via fair housing, you guys would be like, I'd probably have 1 million listeners overnight. But no such luck. So we will share what we can. Oh, actually, I went and hung out with Kyle, my brother, on Saturday, which was super fun. So we've been planning this. Honestly, like, we've been planning it for a while, and it gets like rescheduled. It's actually funny when you move to a different state, but then like one of your siblings also lives in that state. And the fact that we don't see each other hardly ever is just kind of funny, because you would think it's the easiest to see them. But again, everyone is busy. Everyone's busy. Everyone has their own lives. We're all busy. So anyway, my brother and I finally got together. I went and had a dry bar appointment because, had to get a nice little blowout. And then I went to Dallas to hang out with my brother. We went to Catch, which I have been dying to go to Catch. I've been dying to go to Catch. I was like, I need caviar, I need sushi, I need all the things. First of all, let me set the scene. We look fabulous, Avi, because why would we not? And we get there, and he obviously kind of like explains, well, my brother's been there before, I just haven't, but he explains like our brunch includes like one entree, and then there's like a sushi, sashimi, oyster, clam, like whatever bar at the front, and then also a little dessert bar, and then we also get one entree included in the price of our brunch. And we're like, great, cool, love it. And then he asked like what we want to drink, so I get the Catch filthy martini, but why do I feel like I'm like on a kid show? When Dora the Explorer is like prompting the kids to say like this word, like swipe or no swiping, swipe or no swiping. I'm like, and what martini did we get? A filthy gin martini. Because we don't do vodka around here. But it was the Catch filthy martini, and I got it with gin instead of vodka. Oh my God. They started out so strong. It came out on a silver platter. Just stop and admire that detail right there. Like, no one needed to pump my head up that much. A silver platter. The glass with half of the gin martini, and then a cup of crushed beautiful ice with the second half of the gin martini in it, and a row of 3 jumbo olives stuffed with blue cheese. It was literally a sight to see. It was literally chef's kiss. Like, it was up there with the food. So then we went, and then of course we're like, did we already order at this point? Yeah, okay, so then we're sitting there and we're like, okay, we're like gonna do this, but also we're like kind of dancing around the subject, and then we both like decide, yes, we want caviar service. So then we order our entrees, we order caviar service, and then we go and get our oysters, our sashimi, our sushi, all the things. It was delicious. And then we got our caviar. Okay, the only downfall to this whole experience was that they were out of creme fraiche. I've seen people travel with caviar on them. Creme fraiche, it's a little harder because it needs to be cold. So I was disappointed in that, but we did get like fresh kettle cooked chips, caviar. There was like crumbled up egg yolk and egg white, and then like an onion type thing, and I don't know, like garnish type thing. Anyway, it was delicious. I mean, the creme fraiche would have obviously been the ultimate experience, but it was still delicious. So was happy about that. And then I got eggs Benedict. But so here's the thing. I am like a hoe for eggs Benedict. Like I love. I mean, literally, what is to hate about an English muffin, a poached egg with a perfect yolk, and Hollandaise sauce? I will tell you, the Canadian fucking bacon. I don't want ham. Like I'm a ham hater. I hate ham. It's gross. It's disgusting. I don't understand it. I hate it. No. Catch, they read my mind. They're like, we will give you, because first of all, you can't make any adjustments or anything to any of the items, which kind of slay. Hello. They're like, we know who we are. You cannot modify. That's the word. So they're like, well, you can't modify anything. But the Eggs Benedict came with salmon. And I'm like, sign me the fuck up. Like, I am a sharer. I love to, like, you order an entree, I order an entree, we share. Like, my brother's like, well, we could order 2 entrees and, like, share. I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm getting Eggs Benedict and me alone. Which I couldn't even eat both of them. So honestly, we probably could have just fucking got one and been good. This water was just like the Titanic when it was sliding down. Does everyone remember that scene when, like, Jack is tied up and it's like, sure. Okay, I digress. But yeah, so he got, okay, you know what's so funny? Is, like, you know when you know someone so well? It was like my brother was torn between several different items. And so because he couldn't choose, he asked the waiter, like, what do you recommend? And the waiter, like, basically didn't give him, he did say, like, one of the items, but he was like, if you want, like, one of the things that's sold out on our menu, like, every day is the lobster pasta. And my brother's like, okay, I'll go with the lobster pasta. But that wasn't on his list of things he was thinking of. And then when it came, he wasn't really a big fan, which I will concur. It needed seasoning. Bad. Like, really bad. It was like it was good, but it was bland. So that would be the only thing I would say. But I feel like had he gotten one of the things he actually wanted to get, he would have been happy. But he's like, I'm going to be a people pleaser in this moment and go with your ultimate recommendation and ultimately be stabbed in the back. So meanwhile, when they came, he was not happy and I was, because my Eggs Benedict was delish. But needless to say, catch was a great experience. I loved it. Oh, not me spilling martini. So, like, if anyone knows my parents, i.e. my sister who shares the same father as me, party foul, I know. Thank God I'm not working out or teaching in the morning because I just cannot. I cannot. Yeah, so that was Saturday. I feel like we didn't really do anything after that. Sunday I didn't do anything. Oh, Sunday I was like freaking because my husband, he has like a really weird work schedule. So he'll like stream like starting at like 9 p.m. and then he'll work like an 8-hour shift and then go to sleep. So Sunday was like a day of rest and laundry, but also I was bored. So I did some online shopping and bought like a $400 perfume that I haven't actually smelled. But I saw a girl on TikTok say that this perfume is like basically everyone asks her what the scent is when they meet her, and it didn't have like an ad attached to it. So naturally I just blindly purchased $400 perfume. And my mom's gonna be like, oh my gosh. And then I'm gonna be like, bitch, got it from you. I am this bougie because of you. So anyway, I'm gonna get the perfume that I have never smelled tomorrow. So I will keep you all updated on that. And then it was like, oh, you get a $25 gift card if you spend this much, $50 gift card if you spend this, like, you know, all that. So anyways, I'm also getting a $125 gift card just because at some point I was like only so far away from the $50 and the $125 that I'm like, well, I might as well buy something else that I don't need or want to get a $125 gift card, which naturally I did because it's girl math. You know, it's so funny because I saw like the video of I say like the video because I think there's multiple, but of a girl basically giving her boyfriend a quiz on how well he can be a girl. And she's like saying like basically just all the questions, and it's like, I'm like, are we really all the same? Because all the questions she's asking him, he's like getting wrong. Like, you would think of all the questions she asked, he would get the question about like, what is a girl most excited to take out or off at the end of the day, and he didn't say bra. Like, I don't even have big boobs and I'm excited to take off my bra. I mean, ponytail was a close second, which someone said, you know, and honestly, I could arguably say first just because I don't have big boobs in that department. So, but it's just like in a universal answer, that's the answer, duh. But it was just funny, some of the things, like, if you, my mom's gonna love this because, like, honestly, I need to send her the video because she would be like, yes, 100%, actually 150% somehow. But it's like, if you return something, like, what do you have? Money back, like, zero, like, you're just like zeroed out, or like free money or whatever. Or, oh, my favorite one was like, you're buying a latte, you pay in cash, how much money did you spend? And it was like, it was a $7 latte, and it's like $5 because you round down, $7, or nothing because it's free. And he's like, well, $7 obviously because the latte cost $7. And it's like, no, it's free, we paid cash. Like, duh. Like, are boys stupid? Are guys stupid? Are men stupid? Yes, that's the answer. You know, I think if we say our math is right, our math is right. I don't like know what to tell them. But yeah, so that was basically my weekend. I did, oh my God, some much needed laundry, and I actually cannot go to sleep without doing the laundry that's in the washer right now, because, you know, it's like so much of my clothes have to be hung up. But the reason I had to re-wash this load is because, like, I feel like they smelled like mildew from sitting in the washer too long last time. So I had to wash them again. And, you know, it just made me think, like, should I get a laundry service? Like, at this point, anything that can be done as a service, ew, not me slouching. Anything that can be done as a service, I feel like I need to do as a service. That is ultimately my realization. And yeah, so that's that. And then, my Solidcore training. You're like, fucking kill me. We've heard too much about it. Monday, I did a 5 a.m. 6 a.m., which I haven't taught 2 classes. Well, like, I hadn't taught 2 classes back to back at this point. The 5 a.m. was a little shaky. The 6 a.m. was great. I have my pre-evaluation this Thursday. Like, literally, some people have already, like, done 10 classes and tested out. I haven't even done 5. But you know what? A girl is booked and busy, so she only has so much time. But yeah, essentially I have got to do my recording. So essentially I've got to get an Apple Watch in a day because I've got to be able to fucking time myself. And my Apple Watch rudely decided to die. So that's mean. And then I'm trying to think, like, what else? It's just so, guys, being in property management, fair housing is so rude because the amount of tea and stuff I could give you is actually crazy. But I did just recently post a video, which I feel like I can tell you because I didn't like name anyone, but it was so funny because yesterday my maintenance supervisor sent us a screenshot of a work order for someone that basically said, like, their toilet roll paper holder came off. And I was like, surely they mean the actual, like, whole holder, right? Like the actual whatever. And he's like, no, just like the little that goes in the center. And I'm like, okay, first of all, maybe if you have one of those stands that you put the toilet paper, but I'm like, have you not ever used a toilet paper roll holder before? Like a toilet roll holder paper. Okay. Toilet roll holder paper. Toilet roll paper holder. Purple people. What is it? La la. La la la. That reminds me of this coworker I used to work with always would do that, like la 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 la. You're like, I don't care. It's not that funny. I didn't experience it. Okay. Da na 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 purple people eater. Da na 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 purple people eater. Why is it a purple people eater? Like, are we discriminatory with colors? But anyway, I don't know. I like remember that at some point, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hello, Mike. Yeah, so anyway, she didn't know. And then, okay, so Saturday night we did like a movie night. So we had like a big like blow up screen, and we had to basically provide our own movies. So we were like asking people for suggestions, but we had to have like a DVD. And, you know, like these days that's hard to come by. So we were asking people for suggestions. Well, like one like bitch gave like 20 million suggestions, but none of them were also like gender friendly. You know what I mean? And I like one of her suggestions was Devil Wears Prada, one of my favorite fucking movies, like for sure. If this was like gonna be like girls' night, yes, we would have played it, but no, not an option. I don't even know if like we were able to find that DVD. But anyway, Ava was able to find like Spider-Man, like one of the Spider-Mans, and you know that seems relevant right now because of the new Spider-Man that was out, and of course bitches had shit to say about it, like basically being like shitting on our event, like saying all these things. And I'm like, listen, my job is not events. Like we put on events and we actually work really fucking hard to like think of different things. Like, could you just imagine that like this isn't even part of your job, but you like put so much heart and soul into it, and then like bitches just like disrespect you all the time. Like that was the other thing, is that Ava did like a cold case files, like a murder mystery night, whatever, but she accidentally put that it was in the clubhouse instead of the Sky Lounge. We messaged like not that long after saying like, oh, we're so sorry, it was like supposed to be here, because people have complained that they can't go because of the hours of the event. Well, guess what? We work 9 to 6 and I can't approve overtime. So really, if anyone's going to work overtime, it has to be me. And guess what? I can't, like, I already do it. I already work 60-hour weeks just with this job. And I'm not a fucking surgeon. Like, I watch Grey's Anatomy, and like for them an 80-hour week is like light. Guess what? An 80-hour week for me is also light, but not just with this position. I also coach Solidcore. I also do a podcast. I also do all these things. But guess what? Like, this actual position is not brain surgery. So you will forgive me if I'm not spending like all my time fucking here. So we decide to do an event after hours, and then it's like they're complaining about all this, and it's like, you asked for it, we delivered, and then you're upset with like the way I never had a, like, okay, I remember when I lived in an apartment, there was like a food truck every other week. And like, I remember at that point, like at one point, them emailing, being like, do you guys even want this? Because like no one's even coming. And I was never like, had any expectations for events or anything like that from my like complex. But then people who don't even go to events like heavily ridiculing us when we're actually like we do 6 to 10 events a month, and some of those have to be really creative because we have a budget, and like you can't do that many events a month like at what you want to do at that level. So anyway, I'm just venting at this point because I don't like them. I don't like those residents. To be honest, that is why I'm venting, because I don't like those specific residents, because they're fucking bitches. And you know what? Like, don't be a fucking bitch. How about that? Like, how about be compassionate? And you know what? One of our residents even commented that on their post and was like, be compassionate. Like, I don't think this is fair. And I'm like, yes. I don't even know if I like actually prefaced a good way to get to that point of the story, or if I was just mad because it was brought up right before I got on this podcast, but here we are. And then basically these last 2 days have been crazy with basically stuff that I can't even divulge, and it makes me so upset. But yeah, I did post a video about our like work order requests that our maintenance team gets, and that did have a super funny response from people also in property management, so I was happy about that. I honestly like kind of can't believe tomorrow's only Wednesday, but then By the time I get to Thursday, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, like the next time I record, I'll be like, oh my god, this week went by so fast. Like, da, 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 da. Right now, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that, and I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Did I already say this? I think I saw a TikTok. I think I saw a TikTok where someone said that they said, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And someone, like, randomly on the beach was like, well, that's just too damn bad. Oh my God, I loved Holes. I read the book. Like, I got the AR points. Like, who here, not me yelling and, like, almost knocking over the table, who here was a victim of accelerated reading points? Who here loved accelerating reading points? Oh my gosh. I loved Holes. I was like obsessed with it. But so with accelerated reading, my mom's like, let me get like set up and ready for this segment because she was the AR mom, period. Honestly, she was so slay. You know what's funny is like, I feel like PTA moms, actually, you know what? Mother, I would love to know the story. I've told you. If you've told me, I don't remember. I would love to know the story on how you became the AR mom because honestly, it's like kind of not your brand, and I like don't mean that in a bad way, but like okay, for example, at my school, I feel like PTA moms were like helicopter, like that ugly bob cut, like Republican mom type of thing. If you're offended by that, like you honestly shouldn't be listening to this podcast. But so honestly, just I feel like one day, like my mom was just like the AR mom, and I'm kind of like, how, why, what? Like, have we like talked about it? Should we go to therapy for this? And like, you being the AR mom was actually the coolest thing. So I don't think like therapy is actually required for things that aren't traumatizing. But did we talk about this? Actually, like, I feel like we need to talk about this. Hello, it's Tuesday. BRB. Okay, recording in progress. Okay. The people want to know, i.e., me, how did one become the AR mom?
I volunteered.
But like, what provoked you? You're like the antithesis of a PTA mom in the best
But
way
that was the
possible.
no, 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 no. But that was the whole point. In being an AR mom, I got to deal with the kids.
Oh, not the moms.
PTA, you had to deal with the parents,
Oh, okay.
specifically the moms. Which ew.
But like, how did said job come to your attention?
I
Like, I feel
probably
like one day you were just like there, like you were just like the AR mom.
well, I think I started doing it like I mean, I started volunteering in kindergarten. Obviously, not for reading,
Not for
but
me though.
volunteering in kindergarten, absolutely, I did.
For me?
Yes, both Kelly
Oh,
and I did.
I think it was a fever dream. I think I like vaguely remember it now that you say it, but I feel like it was like low key a fever dream. Like now that you're saying like me and Kelly like both did, I feel like the visions I have of you guys doing it, I'm like questioning if they were real.
They were real.
I mean, I believe you, but okay. So we started in kindergarten, and then, like, what? You were just like, my daughter's like the best reader of the grade, so I must get in on this.
That's exactly what it was.
What
Exactly.
I figured. That's what
No,
I
I
figured.
don't know. Honestly, like, that was that was a few minutes ago. But I feel like that was like we had different things we could volunteer for. And I remember with like in fourth grade, well, they would always give me stuff to cut, right? And I'm left-handed, so cutting has never been my strong suit. And
You should get a series for left-handed people. I feel like it would like go
I
crazy.
totally, totally. But so I know for sure I did it in fourth grade and fifth grade. I don't know about before that, but I always volunteered.
It's so funny because I like am a big watcher of Vanderpump Rules. That was a show that Brock came on later on, that
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
if you watch Vanderpump Rules, I went to college with Brock. Mama G met Brock, but I remember at one point one of the girlfriends on there was like, well, actually, she was one of the ones that caused the biggest scandals, but she was like, I didn't get like enough ice cream scoops, so I like didn't get to go to the social. And I would like remember being like, well, my mom volunteered because she knew I'd be going. I don't even know if her whole thing was like reading, but I'm like, my mom would have never volunteered if she knew I was like a loser and I wasn't gonna get to go to the party she was hosting. Like, she's
Well,
like,
and
I joined because my kid is a winner. And
well,
I,
yes,
without a doubt,
true.
she's gonna be on the. I remember like when people would surpass me and then remember we'd have meetings and you'd be like Dalton is ahead of you.
Yes.
We like we need to strategize. Like, what are
Yes.
we
Yeah,
gonna
not in
do to
like a
get you up
shaming
the?
way, but just like in a like you got to win way. Yeah.
No, like when like I'm saying it in a positive way, one
Yeah.
thousand percent. You're like, what are we gonna like? We need to like this is a strategy meeting.
But also the other thing I liked about it was because I wasn't great with all the like the party planning and stuff. I mean, I've gotten a lot better at that, but at the time it was just there was a lot, right? I mean, I had a lot going on. So,
You're like, I'm
um
only like a single mom with 4 kids, but it's
but
fine.
but I would give like some prizes, but it really got to be where everybody was more about like reading the books than getting the prizes. And that was like really the cool part because everybody was like super into it,
I feel
regardless
like
of whatever they got, right?
I feel like you should like give courses on like how to be cool because I feel like at some point people were like trying to be my friend because you were like the AR mom.
I do think that is true.
No, remember the whole like we had like a whole like conversation with Kirsty and I was like, I feel like you just want to hang out with my mom.
Well, remember though, because you were talking about her on that other one. Remember, it was like the
Yes.
middle school like orientation, and she had a bloody nose, and I used to. I
No,
mean,
that was Kelsey. No, no, no. That was Kelsey. Because when
no,
I was talking about
no, that
Kirsty,
was Kirsty.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't because Kirsty, the exchange I was talking about was when we were doing like the AR wall in elementary school.
No, I know,
No, no,
but
no, but Kelsey was Kirsty LeGros' best friend, and Kirsty was in the bathroom with her, but Kelsey was actually cooler, and the reason why I know it was Kelsey because she talked to me about it for years after, like she
okay,
was like, "Oh my God, your mom's so cool." She like told like I saw her in the bathroom, and she like told me like she basically saved my whole life, like. I remember it was I can't remember her last name. Me with social media nowadays, I'm just like this person with this first name, last name, like whatever. But like, no, it
yeah.
was
Well,
Kelsey.
Kirsty was definitely there.
No, she was there because it was her best friend. I remember she was there, but it was Kelsey because she was like it was another basketball player, and
Hmm.
she was there, and like you were like, oh, you just need to do this, but it wasn't actually Kirsty. It was like her friend, but her friend was
Gotcha.
actually like cooler than
Well,
her.
I
So
will
then you like
acquiesce.
scored
Oh,
me
that's
like
the new word. That's
no.
the word for the week.
Oh,
Acquiesce.
okay, okay, wait. So I said in my video, I don't know if you saw that I went viral in my other video that I just posted yesterday, but I was saying, now I can't even remember. I was saying like commiserate,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
but now I can't remember if like I think that's the word, but then I can't remember if that's how I actually said it. But
Mm.
either way, like I'm like the pod was wondering, but I was like talking about how you're an AR mom, and I'm like, wait, I actually don't need to wait for the comment of like this is wrong. Let's just go straight to the source.
Yeah, that
And
was really fun. I
it was
loved
fun.
doing that. I loved doing that.
It
It
was
was
fun
just,
because I think you like underestimate like how cool you are. So I think you like underestimate like because I feel like at the time, okay, like I feel like the first time I saw you as the AR mom, I was like, my life is about to end because
hmm.
like my mother is like volunteering, and then like everyone loved you. And then I remember you came back to like I don't know if you knew this, but like I feel like you came back to Miss Sutton's class in 5th grade because all of the kids like loved you. So they're like, your mom's gonna be the AR mom this year, right? And I'm like, right,
No, I do remember that. Yeah, no, it was fun because
right.
I know I had like a bunch of the same kids
Yeah,
and
no, yeah, there was like a lot of the same people in my class. So I remember everyone was like, your mom's gonna be like the AR mom, right? And I was like, okay, it's so funny because like the Solidcore girls are gonna be on my podcast, and I was like, yeah, like you guys are gonna be fan favorites, like AKA my mom.
oh, that's fun.
But so anyway, we had to clear that up before I had the comments from you.
I love that. Yeah, well, feel free to fact check anytime.
Honestly, there should be a segment. There should
There
be a
should be a
segment.
segment. Exactly.
Fact check. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But and wait, well, because we didn't actually come up with the word of the week, ask acquiesce.
Acquiesce.
Say the meaning for the people in the back.
It's always so hard when you like say a word
I
like it
know.
means
Like
like
they're like I
I'll defer to what you're saying. Your
but
memory was better than mine on that. So I'm not gonna to I don't say argue about right. I'm not gonna challenge you. I will just acquiesce to your memory on
oh,
that.
I was like, wait, are you saying you're gonna like you're saying whatever I remember, or is that the actual definition of the word? That's the definition of the word. Because I was
Here,
like,
I'll tell you.
okay,
Uh oh please.
isn't it crazy we didn't do like word of the
Accept,
week?
agree,
Word
or
of the week.
give into something quietly and without protest.
So something that we hardly do is acquiesce.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, we will let you go to sleep, but we appreciate you coming
Thanks.
on.
All right. Thanks,
And
Pod.
honestly, we're gonna end with the pod here because I was like at the end of it anyway.
Oh, nice.
So
I have nothing to cheers with, but cheers to you.
she's like, oh, knee spills. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Cheers
Mm.
to that.
Mom, actually, just really quick, when you come back out, you have to go with me and Kai to catch. I was
I
telling the pod
know.
earlier. No, Mom, it was so fucking good. Like, I had the caviar with Gentalia before, and this like you would love. Like you would have been in like heaven. Like
Cool.
it was so fun, so good.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, like we need to like make it happen. Like
Okay.
honestly, we could like force Chris to go because there was like a burger on the menu that like we could do the whole rest of it. And you saw that like I almost sent you and Dad the dirty martini, but I feel like I just like honestly I actually was gonna send you guys like the actually, you know what? Do you have plans this Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Uh,
I mean,
Saturday, Woody and Phyllis are going to be here.
Friday. Friday? Friday. You fucking spit it out. I feel like on the pod, we should make like our own dirty martinis with blue cheese stuffed olives. The blue cheese stuffed olives that I had there, you obviously saw the picture, were so fucking good.
Oh,
But
that's
like
good.
I found the recipe of how to make them. I feel like we should do it.
All
Like I
right.
feel like we should like make the olives and like do the recipe.
Okay. I have to clean, so
Interactive.
that'll be my reward.
You what?
I said I have to clean, so that'll be my reward.
You need a margarita.
Yes. All
Okay,
right.
I will let you go.
All
We will
right.
let you go. And but let's connect on that. And also to not tomorrow. Thursday's my evaluation, pre-evaluation. So don't forget to check on me.
All the good vibes.
'Cause I will be stressed. Okay, love you. Thank you for answering.
Love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.